The year is 2024. The world watches with bated breath. Tensions between superpowers are at an all-time high. The threat of global conflict looms large, casting a shadow over the future. Could this be the year the world descends into chaos? Could 2024 mark the beginning of World War III? The very thought of a third world war is terrifying. The horrors of the past serve as stark reminders of the devastating consequences of global conflict. Millions of lives lost, cities reduced to rubble, the very fabric of society torn apart. The possibility, however remote, sends shivers down our spines. But what are the chances of such a catastrophe actually occurring? Are we on the brink of another world war? The answer, like the world itself, is complex and ever-changing. There is no easy answer, no simple yes or no. However, by examining the current geopolitical landscape, analysing potential flashpoints and understanding the motivations of key players, we can begin to grasp the magnitude of the threat and the potential consequences should the unthinkable occur. Across the globe, simmering conflicts and geopolitical fault lines threaten to erupt into full-blown crises. These tensions, often rooted in historical grievances, territorial disputes and political ambitions, create a precarious balance that could tip at any moment. These powder kegs, scattered across continents, represent the potential triggers for a global conflagration. Each region, with its unique set of challenges and actors, adds to the complexity of the global security landscape. Let's delve into some of the most volatile regions, where the risk of conflict is particularly high and the stakes are immense. The Taiwan Strait stands as a critical flashpoint, a narrow waterway separating mainland China from the island nation of Taiwan. This region has been a point of contention for decades, with both sides unwilling to back down. China claims Taiwan as its own, while Taiwan asserts its independence. The island's strategic location and economic significance make it a focal point of international interest. The presence of the United States Navy in the region adds another layer of complexity, creating a tinderbox where miscalculation or aggression could ignite a wider conflict. The US has pledged to support Taiwan, further complicating the dynamics. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has brought the world to the brink of a wider war. The struggle for control and influence in this region has deep historical roots and significant geopolitical implications. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 sent shockwaves across the globe, raising fears of a direct confrontation between Russia and NATO. The international community remains deeply divided on how to respond. The situation remains highly volatile, with the potential for escalation ever present. The build-up of military forces and the ongoing skirmishes keep the region on edge. The Middle East, a region long plagued by conflict, remains a potential flashpoint. The Syrian civil war, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and numerous other disputes have created a landscape of perpetual tension. And the rivalry between Saudi Arabia and Iran create a complex and volatile mix. These two regional powers vie for influence, often through proxy wars and political maneuvering. Any one of these conflicts could escalate, drawing in regional and global powers with devastating consequences. The intricate web of alliances and enmities means that a spark in one area could ignite a much larger blaze. These are just a few of the potential flashpoints that could spark a global conflict. Each of these regions holds the potential to draw in major powers, leading to a cascade of events that could spiral out of control. The interconnectedness of the modern world means that a conflict in one region can quickly spread to others, drawing in nations far and wide. Diplomatic efforts are crucial in preventing these tensions from boiling over. The stakes are incredibly high, and the consequences of a miscalculation could be catastrophic. The world must tread carefully to avoid the unthinkable, a third world war. The battlefields of the future will extend far beyond traditional land, sea and air domains. These new arenas will challenge our understanding of conflict and demand innovative strategies and technologies. The cyber realm, a vast and interconnected network, has become a new frontier for warfare. where nations engage in a constant struggle for dominance and control. This digital battleground is as critical as any physical territory, with its own unique challenges and opportunities. Cyber attacks, once the tools of rogue hackers and criminal organizations, have become increasingly sophisticated and destructive. These attacks can target anything from personal data to national security systems, making them a versatile and dangerous weapon. Nation-states now possess the capability to cripple critical infrastructure, disrupt financial markets, and sow chaos and confusion within enemy populations. The stakes have never been higher, as the consequences of such attacks can be far-reaching and devastating. Imagine a scenario where a nation launches a massive cyber attack against its adversary, shutting down power grids, disrupting communication networks, and crippling financial institutions. The ripple effects of such an attack could be catastrophic, affecting millions of lives. The economic and social chaos resulting from such an attack could be devastating, potentially triggering a cascade of events leading to conventional warfare. The interconnected nature of our world means that the impact of a cyber attack can quickly spread beyond the initial target. The rise of artificial intelligence adds another layer of complexity to the cyber battlefield. AI can be used to enhance both offensive and defensive capabilities, making it a double-edged sword in the realm of cyber warfare. AI-powered systems can automate cyber attacks, making them faster, more difficult to detect, and potentially more destructive. These systems can operate with minimal human intervention, increasing the speed and scale of attacks. The use of AI in warfare raises profound ethical and strategic questions as nations grapple with the implications of this rapidly evolving technology. The potential for AI to make autonomous decisions in combat scenarios is a particularly contentious issue. As nations invest heavily in cyber capabilities, the cyber realm becomes an increasingly dangerous and unpredictable battleground. The rapid pace of technological advancement means that new threats are constantly emerging. The line between peace and war blurs in this digital domain, where attacks can be launched with lightning speed and attribution can be difficult to establish. This ambiguity complicates international relations and makes it challenging to respond appropriately to cyber threats. The cyber battlefield represents a new and dangerous frontier in the evolution of warfare, one with the potential to spark a global conflict. As technology continues to evolve, so too will the nature of warfare, requiring constant vigilance and adaptation. Section 4. Economic upheaval. The crushing weight of war. The economic consequences of a global conflict in 2024 would be nothing short of catastrophic. The interconnectedness of the global economy means that a war between major powers would send shockwaves across the globe, disrupting trade, shattering financial markets, and plunging the world into a deep and protracted recession. Imagine the global supply chains, the intricate networks that connect producers, manufacturers, and consumers around the world, grinding to a halt. The flow of goods and services would be severely disrupted, leading to shortages, price spikes, and widespread economic hardship. Financial markets, already volatile and prone to panic, would plummet in the face of global uncertainty. Investors would flee to safe haven assets, causing stock markets to crash, currencies to fluctuate wildly, and businesses to collapse under the weight of economic uncertainty. The human cost of this economic devastation would be immeasurable. Millions of people would lose their jobs, their savings, and their livelihoods. Poverty and inequality would skyrocket as the most vulnerable populations bear the brunt of the economic crisis. The social fabric of nations would be strained to the breaking point, potentially leading to unrest, instability, and further conflict. Section 5. The human cost, a world torn by conflict. War, in its most brutal and unforgiving form, leaves an indelible scar on humanity. The echoes of conflict reverberate through time, affecting not just those who lived through it, but also future generations. The human cost of a global conflict in 2024 would be staggering, measured in the millions of lives lost, the countless families torn apart, and the enduring trauma inflicted upon generations to come. The sheer scale of devastation would be unimaginable, with entire communities wiped out in the blink of an eye. Imagine cities, once vibrant centres of life and culture, reduced to rubble by relentless bombing campaigns. Streets that once bustled with activity would lie silent, covered in debris and the remnants of what once was. Hospitals overflowing with the wounded and dying, their resources stretched to the breaking point. Medical staff, overwhelmed and exhausted, would struggle to provide care amidst the chaos, often having to make heart-wrenching decisions about who to save. Refugees, fleeing the horrors of war, seeking safety and shelter in a world overwhelmed by the sheer scale of human suffering. Camps would become overcrowded, with basic necessities like food, water and medical care in short supply. The psychological toll of war would be equally devastating. The haunting memories of violence and loss would linger, affecting mental health long after the physical wounds have healed. Post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, anxiety, and survivor's guilt would plague those who witnessed the horrors of conflict firsthand. The struggle to find peace and normalcy in a post-war world would be a long and arduous journey. Families torn apart by war would struggle to cope with the loss of loved ones, their lives forever changed by the experience. The empty chairs at dinner tables would serve as a constant reminder of those who are no longer there. The true cost of war extends far beyond the battlefield, reaching into homes, communities, and the very soul of humanity. The process of rebuilding would be slow and painful, with scars that may never fully heal. It is a cost measured in shattered dreams, broken spirits, and the enduring legacy of pain and loss passed down through generations. The memories of what was lost would linger, a somber reminder of the price of conflict.